What's up, guys, and good afternoon. It has been a minute. I think the last video I did was on the transfer case, which has been a couple months ago, so sorry. You know, life gets in the way, things happen, but you know, I'm not gonna let that keep us down. Today we got a project. As you can see, well, let me talk about this for just a second. As you can see with the Mini, yeah, I can't figure out what's going on with that, so I elected to pull the engine. I have it on stand in my shop, and I haven't touched it since, so I got a little bit of work to do on that. Might document what's going on depending on what it is, if I can find it, but we'll see. That's not the subject of today's video. Today is about this big girl right here. There's been a lot going on, a lot I haven't filmed. In fact, yesterday I just put new headlights in it. I did get a Cognito steering brace in it. I got a new steering wheel on it, new used, you know, junkyard steering wheel. I got a new armrest for it. I got transmission lines on the way because they are leaking so bad, and a couple other neat little parts on the way. We'll see how those turn out. But for today, we are dealing with the steering box. I'll try to show under there when I get under there, but it's been leaking pretty bad for a while. It's been getting steadily worse, and at first I thought it was just lines, and I was hoping I could just get away for about 60 bucks, but more and more I look at it, more and more I knew it was a steering box, and I didn't want to have to pull the steering box. But anyway, that's where we are now. Right now we've got a brand new one to go in it, or refurbished, however you want to put it. If anybody recognizes this, this is a Redhead steering gear. It's hard to say. The guy's out in Washington. Sent it pretty fast, took about a week to get here. And yeah, so I'm tackling that today. I also have some, just, you know, for 60 bucks, I've got some Gates, I got some Gates brand new power steering lines to throw in there. They recommend kind of doing that anyway, just to get all the contaminants out and whatnot. So we're gonna get on that. Right now, I just had the skid plate pulled off. I haven't done much else. In fact, let me see if I can get under here to show you what's kind of been going on. All right, if you look there, there's the old steering gearbox, and you can see it all it's leaking out from right there. There's all kinds of evidence there about it. Here's the Cognito kit. I don't know how well you can see in there. There's not a lot of room. Right there's the Cognito kit on both sides. Pretty simple to put on. I'll throw in the clip here where I kind of went over it. Alright guys, let's talk a little bit about what we've got here. This is actually the steering brace kit from Cognito. They have a patent on it, so everything, no matter who you get it from, it is a Cognito kit. This is basically what it consists of. You got two Heim joints, some jam nuts there. These, you've got a gold and a silver shank nut here that kind of goes in like that. Depending on what thread pitch you have, I don't know if you can see that. That one's a real coarse thread. That one's a real fine thread, so we'll see on mine which one you get. There's two lock washers, and they actually send some red Loctite, which is nice. But this is supposed to just kind of stiffen up the steering, keep that center link from flexing as much. You can look online and definitely see how it affects tow big time. And gonna see if this just helps my truck drive a little bit better. They recommend getting an alignment after this, so I need an alignment, so I'm gonna do it now, and then get one, and hopefully this solves a lot of my steering problems. They recommend these tools to use, basic hand tools. It's not too bad. You just take the skid plate off, you connect it on each end of the pitman arm and the idler arm, and that's pretty much it. It's not a whole lot to it, so I'll kind of show you how that works when I taking it off here. I'm gonna just show you a video. You'll have to excuse it because I'm gonna use the GoPro, because A, this camera's a little big to get in there, and B, I don't want to get it dirty. So yeah, first we got to crack the lines off and get all the fluid out of there, and then go to tearing the box out. So. In here, I've got, let's see if we can see, got the old box out. There's nothing hooked up. I've got the new lines in. I didn't get every line like I thought I did, but that's all right. I got all the high pressure lines that I know of. Got the old return line, and I got these two high pressure lines, which were definitely crusty and old and needed replacing anyway. And there's the old steering box. Look right there. It's pretty obvious it had been leaking there. Probably leaked up here a time or two. So anyway, it's time to go. The new box is just about the same. This is the 2872, I think it is, ND. Yeah, 2872 ND. This is the medium duty upgrade for the Chevrolet boxes that Redhead makes. As for the differences, it's just a little bit bigger shaft, I think. Interior, I think it's like cast iron plates or something like that. It's just a heavier duty box. They recommended going with that, which, not surprised. And if I'm going to do something, I'd rather just do it once. So it's definitely a hefty unit, definitely heavy, and not something I want to change every week. So I figured I might as well go ahead and spend, it's only like $140 over the regular box, but it's, to me, seemed like good money to spend, and that way I won't have to do this again. I don't know that I showed this on video because I had actually, one time I actually had one of these break, so I've changed this recently. And I'll go through all the priming steps and all that. Redhead does send, like these, the thread checker bolts, and stuff that you have to send back, like the plugs and things like that, they won't send back with them. And you can buy a return label with it, so it's really nice. Their stuff is all set up really good, so let's keep throwing this thing in. The bleeding instructions right here. Step one is to fill up the reservoir, obviously, and that's done. Now it's important to note I don't have the pitman arm on yet, just so that I can do this procedure. It's either that or lift the wheels off the ground, makes it a little easier. And it says to turn the wheel from lock to lock 15 to 20 times at a rate of 1 revolution per second. If it has hydro boost, hit the brakes a few times during this. Can already feel it like getting easy. It says have one person in the vehicle and another at the pump reservoir with a container of fluid ready to pour, because if it drains it down, you don't want to get air in it again. And start the engine. The fluid should drop with the pump, and then it says turn it just shy of lock to lock 15 to 20 times at a rate of 1 per second. Applying the brake. Don't hold it at the lock. Reattach the pitman arm and drive it. So it's just kind of a lot of cycling, first without the pump on and then with the pump on. I can definitely feel it get stiffer in some areas, but yeah, so that's about it. Alright guys, so I've been driving the truck for I think about 2 weeks now, a week, 2 weeks, and the steering box, wonderful idea. If your steering is loose, well, first, if your steering is loose, check your, ball joints, tie rods, steering shafts, things like that before you make a $500 purchase. But steering is much tighter. Only have a little bit of play now. The brakes are 10 times better. and the truck drives better. It's a whole new truck, so definitely worthwhile. The guys at Redhead build a great product, yeah, definitely worthwhile, worth the money. Great investment, and not a whole lot to it. Kind of difficult place to get to, very heavy box, but in the long run worth the money. So check them out, redheadsteering.com. I'll leave a link down in the description, and yeah, check me out on Instagram, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little sneak peek at what's coming. That'll be next video. Had kind of a, well, major malfunction, but we'll go there. Anyway, until then, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.